Well, I am fighting with my YouTube app on my phone. It's kind of been a real pain here. But here I am live from Grow Room with the Grow Room update. So today I planted another tray. You can see I have a lot of shelves left here to finish filling, but it's nice. It gives me time to think about what I'm doing. Whoops, that one doesn't like me to lift it up. Must be this connection right here. Let's see if I can mess with that. Oh, there we go. That's better. So I added some cabbage seed down here and some feverfew. How many people know what feverfew is? Feverfew is a medicinal herb, and it's actually a really beautiful compact flowering plant. Kind of reminds me of daisies. This particular variety is white stars, and it actually is pretty hardy in the heat. I had pretty good success with this until we had 120 for a week. It was actually my second year of growing it, but I want to try growing it in the grow room. And what's really cool about this medicinal herb, see all my seeds over here. What's really cool about it is it's a natural NSAID, right? Kind of like a natural ibuprofen. And this is not medical advice. I am not a doctor, but I just want to tell you that this stuff will get rid of a headache. But anytime you use medicinal herbs, be sure to make sure there's no, if you're taking other medications, make sure you don't have a reaction. I don't personally take any prescription medication, so I'm confident and comfortable using medicinal herbs that I've researched. But if you do take medicinal medication, or if you have allergies, you just want to make sure that it's not something that's a problem for you. But this is definitely something that's going to be included in my garden. And if I get more than one of them to come up, I'm going to be sharing with my friends. It's always nice to share with friends if you get extra stuff coming up. I'm happy to see this humidity has dropped to 62%. At one point today, it was over 80, which is not good. We definitely want to keep our humidity below 80 to avoid having problems. That's what I've read anyway. But you can see some of our greens here are doing really well. And one thing I learned from doing this is don't ever start a bunch of seeds without labeling them. Now I know this is arugula, right? Or arugula. I can smell it, and this looks to me like Swiss chard right here. And I know that this is Cherokee lettuce, right? But I'm waiting to let more of these seeds come up, and then I'm going to be moving all of this into some of these green trays, getting rid of our black plastic. And let's come up here and take a look at these hanging planters. You can see the peas better now, right? And look at this right here. Cucumbers are coming up. Yay. I'm so glad I added these grow lights when I did, because they definitely need the light back here. And look back here. There's a little thyme coming up. Thyme is a wonderful culinary herb, and it's good for respiratory illness too, right? Again, I'm not a doctor. And these are some peas. These are companion plants, and peas are a wonderful addition because they fix nitrogen in your soil. So it's almost like helping to give your soil a little bit of fertilizer. I'm not seeing any action from these rich sweetness melons just yet, but different plants have different germination time frames. And over here, this was one of the last hanging planters that we put in. I'm not actually seeing anything coming up yet, but we're not impatient here. We have lots of time. That's one really great thing about this grow room, is it gives me time, because I can start something anytime I want, right? Over here we have some basil. We added a grow light because that was stretching. We have these little cherry tomatoes here. These were heirloom cherry tomatoes that were, I don't know, they don't get all that tall. Hey Parker, hello. Thanks for joining the channel. I haven't seen you in a while. And those green things coming up there, that's garlic. Garlic is the fabulous companion plant. Oh, you planted tomatoes in your garden. That's awesome. You must be a little warmer than where we are. I'm going to guess you're probably in Arizona, not that you need to tell me. Arizona stays a little warmer than where we're at, but we're pretty warm here. What kind of tomatoes did you plant? We also have some other tomatoes planted. We're going to try growing here in our baskets. I planted Roma tomatoes, Thornton tomatoes, San Marzino and Akamura. Oh, red tomatoes. Okay, those are the best kind. I hear they come in different colors, but that's awesome. So this basket's doing really well. You can see it setting on more tomatoes back here, back there. And they're actually getting larger in these hanging baskets than they were in the aquaponics or the hydroponics. So this is going to be pretty positive. We've harvested quite a few. I have our experimental sweet potato right here, and it seems pretty happy. It's finding all over the place. I do need to add more dirt for it so that it has room to make sweet potatoes, right? And we have eggplant. Now, we had 2 blooms on the eggplants. Oh, you have some carrots. I do too. That's wonderful. Awesome. Carrots are really good for you. So we lost some blooms, but it's actually setting more on. I kind of feel like it just woke up from almost dying, and when we brought it in this grow room and these eggplants started coming back to life. And I have some peas back here. Up here we have some peppers. This is it looks like it's going to be a green chili pepper because it's been there quite a while and it hasn't turned red. Again, label your plants so you know, right? And let's go up here. Some of these look a little rough, but again, I've started more seeds. I have Tabasco peppers planted. I have poblano back in the very back, paprika, pretty in purple. That is a really pretty ornamental small pepper. It's hot, but I like to use it kind of like crushed red pepper, dry it and grind it. A wonder pepper, it's a bell pepper, jalapeno, and then some cayenne. And then we kind of have a mystery pepper back here. It's hot, it's red. We had it in our stir fry. It was actually pretty good. And these peppers, we're kind of watching to see if they're going to make it. They're still definitely putting on. I do see some healthy leaves back, or actually in the front. So we're going to be patient with that and give it some time. And in this basket that we're waiting on, we have garlic chives, tomatillo, sage, cilantro, Thai basil, purple basil, catnip, parsley, honey nut squash, lemon balm, oregano, borage, onions, nasturtium, and peas. Anything that's compatible with peas, I'm adding peas in because they fix nitrogen in the soil. And let's come down here. Some of our grow lights are off now, but if you look really closely, we're having some germination here. Oh, it's 62 degrees out where you're at, but it feels cold. I've noticed here living in the desert that it actually feels a lot colder with the lack of humidity when it is cooler. And where I come from in Alaska, 62 was actually pretty warm, but 62 in the desert is a little cool if the sun's down. So this planter has cauliflower, Mexican mint marigold, which is like tarragon, New Zealand spinach, radishes, yarrow, sage, and that's about it for that one. Down here, our lights just shut off. I didn't time this too good, but we have a bunch of radishes coming up in this basket. We have Swiss chard, and we have some beets that are starting to come up over here too. You can probably tell I'm a huge fan of vegetables. Over here, we're not really seeing anything happening with the strawberries yet, but strawberries take a while to come up, and they're really slow growing, but I'm very excited about the possibility of eating our own homegrown strawberries. They're so good. These are the lettuces that we originally had in our hydroponic system that I transplanted out. They've been doing pretty well. And then over here, these are the lettuces that came up. I think I've already been to this basket. They came up, and we're going to be transplanting them once all this comes up, right? Because I don't want to lose any plants. We're going to be transplanting these into some of our green plastic. Get it out of the black plastic. But that is our garden update for today. I think one of my biggest challenges is going to be trying to automate water in here. Now that I see how easy it is for the humidity to bump up we're really going to have to put some thought into that. I'm thinking about maybe small misters connected to this bubble system. Maybe start at the top of the room and run it around the top and work our way down. But small misters, like 1 mister per plant container, we'll have to see. That's going to be probably the biggest challenge we have, not having too much water. One thing that I've done is I've gotten all the electrical up off the ground, so if we ever have any leaking or heaven forbid any flooding, we won't have an electrical hazard, right? I hope you enjoyed our garden update. And Parker, so nice to have you pop in and say hi to us. You can see more of those peppers down there. Those ones definitely look a little healthier. Maybe they like the light better on the front side. Thanks for popping in and visiting with us today. Have a blessed day. Thanks for watching.